Good morning, everyone. It is Julie here with your Friday morning stock market news. We're bringing you everything you need to know as the market opens. So let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here and happy Friday. This morning's video is coming out a little bit earlier as I have to take someone to a very early dental surgery appointment this morning, but I didn't want to miss another Friday, so just getting a bit of an extra head start today. We'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Don't forget to download the TipRanks mobile app if you want to access some fantastic research tools as well by using the links in the description down below. Now let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are currently mixed and laying fairly flat, but it is still quite early, so we'll see how those move. Right now, Dow futures are up 0.07%, S&P 500 futures up 0.08%, and NASDAQ futures are down 0.03%. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway has purchased more Occidental Petroleum this week, bringing their stake in the company to above 24%. Over the last 3 days, they purchased about $200 million worth of the Occidental Petroleum stock, and this follows a prior purchase of $130 million just a few days before that. The company now has a stake worth about $12.7 billion. They also own about $9.5 billion of the Occidental preferred stock and warrants to buy $5 billion of OXY common shares at $59.62 each. Analysts currently rate the OXY stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 22%. Walt Disney has announced that they are scrapping plans to build a sprawling business campus worth nearly $1 billion near Orlando. The chairman of Disney Parks said that they no longer plan to build the campus due to considerable changes that have occurred since the announcement of the project, including new leadership and changing business conditions. Of course, there has been an ongoing feud between Disney and the Florida governor, in which Disney has been calling targeted retaliation against the company, which has involved crackdowns on their special taxing district. Analysts currently rate the Walt Disney stock a strong buy with an average upside of 36, but we mostly have hold readings coming in the last few days. That is about all we have this morning for exciting stock market news so far, so let's move right along to notable earnings reports. Not much happening in the after hours today, but in the pre-market this morning, we have heard from John Deere. Their stock is in the green after they raised their guidance following a solid earnings and revenue beat. Their Q2 earnings per share soared by 36% year-over-year, coming in at $9.65, which was over $1 ahead of analyst estimates. Their revenue of $17.39 billion grew 30% year-over-year, beating expectations by $2.5 billion. The company lifted their guidance for full-year earnings to a range of $9.25 to $9.5 billion. The stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 26%. Then on the other, much more negative hand, we've heard from Foot Locker this morning. Their stock has plummeted 20% following their earnings report after the company missed on both earnings and revenue, plus lowered their future guidance. Their comparable store sales decreased by 9%, driven by macroeconomic headwinds. Their Q1 earnings per share of 70 cents missed expectations by 8 cents per share, and revenue of $1.93 billion fell over 11% year-over-year, missing expectations by $60 million. Their fiscal 2023 sales are anticipated to be down 6.5 to 8%. Analysts are currently rating the stock a moderate buy with a price target of $47. Moving to the after hours last night, we have luxury e-commerce company Farfetch. Their stock has jumped up about 24% currently after they showed some stronger than expected sales. For their Q1, they reported a loss per share of 16 cents, but that was 13 cents better than analysts expected. Revenue of $556.4 million grew over 8% year-over-year, beating expectations by $41 million. Analysts currently rate the stock a moderate buy with a price target of over $10 per share. We also heard from ROST stores. They came out with both an earnings and revenue beat, but the stock is slightly in the red this morning after the company warned about the impacts of inflation on consumer spending. Their CEO said that there remains a high level of uncertainty in today's macroeconomic and geopolitical environments. The company posted Q1 earnings per share of $1.09, which was 2 cents ahead of analyst estimates, and revenue of $4.49 billion, which beat by just $10 million per share. The stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of nearly 14%. We also have Applied Materials, who is slightly in the red despite an earnings and revenue beat and reassuring future guidance. They reported Q2 earnings of $2 per share, beating expectations by 17 cents, and revenue of $6.63 billion grew over 6% year-over-year, beating expectations by $260 million. For their third quarter, they're expecting net sales to be approximately $6.15 billion versus the consensus of $6.05 billion. The stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 4.5%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by Bloom Energy. They seem to be bouncing back after a bigger sell-off earlier this month. Trading under the ticker BE, the stock is currently up 5.5%. They're followed by Natura & Co. under the ticker NTCO, up about 4%, and Deere & Company under DE, up 3.6%. And no big surprise here, our biggest losers this morning are led by Foot Locker following their disappointing earnings. Trading under the ticker FL, the stock is currently down over 23%. They're followed by Catalent under CTLT, down 5.85%, and Flowers Foods under FLO, down 4.65%. So that is going to be everything for Friday morning's stock market news, getting you up to speed with what you need to know as the market opens. If you made it to the end of today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and say good morning in the comments. I always appreciate hearing from you guys. I'm going to go make an extra big coffee right now before I start this drive. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here next time.